Hey guys, I'm going to be going over the recent Doomfist changes on the experimental update, and though this most definitely won't make it through to the normal game, I had so much fun testing it out, so I figured I'd do a little summary of it. For those that haven't played the experimental, every character got an April Fool's gag update. So not something that's going to make it to the live game, just something silly or absurd, which makes sense on April the 1st. The patch notes for Doomfist were, Rocket Punch can now travel upwards. This change sounds very simple and easy to understand, but there's actually a lot more to it if you play around with it. For those that don't really play Doomfist, this change probably doesn't sound like much of a change at all, but I want to reiterate how unbelievably strong this would be. But with how strong it is, it also led to some pretty weird interactions happening in game. What the? What the hell was that? Dude. Oh my god, I sent the May flying. With those out of the way, let's talk about the change. The change states, Rocket Punch can now travel upwards. But what that truly means is Rocket Punch can now travel in any direction, so wherever you're aiming is the direction your punch will be going. Unlike all of the walls in-game, the floors and ceilings actually don't have a punch impact surface. To simplify what this actually means is that when you punch someone upwards or downwards into a ceiling or floor, they won't connect with it like how they do if you punch them into a wall. This in turn means that Doomfist isn't able to collide with them, so you will slide if you punch downwards or upwards into a surface. And for those that don't know, this is similar to an actual Doomfist tech called a slide punch, but now you're able to do this upwards or downwards. When playing around with it, I also noticed the punch jump was different too. Even though the punch was the only thing that changed, the physics of the jump after have been changed because of it. It makes it so, to my understanding at least, the amount of height you gain from jumping after a punch is also dependent on where you aim, which is pretty weird. The change to the Rocket Punch would mean that all the hard work and hours of practice you put into learning all of your diagonal punch techs would be a complete waste of time. But luckily for you, this won't make it to the live game. Overall, I loved the change they made to Doomfist. It removed one of his main weaknesses, which is making space in the air, and so he became incredibly strong. With that said though, I obviously wouldn't want this move to the live game because it would just be stupid. But it was the most fun I've had in a while on Overwatch trying it out. So go try out the experimental if you haven't already, and thank you for spending your time on this video.